Welcome once again to the latest edition of Mentor Mike's Market Movie. Today is Tuesday, March the 6th. Let's get started. We got long when the white went above the red, and that was it. I'm not getting long because the stochastic is already quite overbought. I want to see it come down and turn around and go back up if that's in the cards to happen. Okay, we've got the white starting below the red. Incidentally, there are certain times, today being such a time, when you can't always trust the MACD because it's not actually moving in the direction of the price. It's kind of resetting itself so that it can get closer to the zero line once again. But when that happens, you can still trust the moving averages. They are the most constant and reliable thing on the chart, generally speaking. So let's get short. Okay, we've got stopped out here, so let's end this trade. And You notice the white moving average is staying below the red, and now our blue is heading below the white, so short it again. There we go. You see those flashes of red over on the time and sales chart? That means we're hitting the low of the day, or creating a new low, as the case may be. Okay, stopped at. And we're going to get short again. We had one little spike up, and then we immediately sold off again. Stopped out again. And again, the parabolic flips instantaneously, so we'll short it one more time. All right, there we go. Okay, stopped out again. All right, flip the parabolic yet one more time. opt out. I'm trading almost exclusively from the moving averages, especially the curvature on the white. We can also utilize the stochastic to a degree. That was quick. Probably got a late start on this one. I'm watching that white and the red. They're basically on top of one another right now. There we go. Oops. Okay, stop now. Okay, time to go long, finally. Okay, right, that's a little after 1, and I'm sure that we're not going to take another trade in the time we have left. So let's just let it play out there. Okay, so the score is $1,837.50. And how many trades did we have here? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 0. Now, notice that today is mostly down, but our long-term MACD, which is usually fairly accurate, was not much help at all. In fact, it's kind of going almost in the opposite direction. It was okay on the initial upswing. When it peaked out, the white crossed the red up here, the white crossed the red up here, and down to about here, it was okay. But all of a sudden, it starts going pretty much in the wrong direction. Now, why is that? Well, think of it in terms of the long-term moving average here. At this point, the price activity is pretty close to that long-term moving average, just as the MACD is pretty close to its zero line. Then we have this big drop, and now we're quite some distance away from the long-term moving average, and the MACD is quite some distance away from the zero line. Well, in the case of the price can just kind of do its natural thing, and the down-sloping moving average will eventually catch up to the price. And it finally did right here at the end of the day. But in the case of the MACD, the zero line doesn't move. It stays static and horizontal the whole time. But the MACD still wants to get back to that zero line, just like the price ultimately wants to get back to that long-term moving average. Well, the only way for that to happen, since the zero line doesn't move, is for the MACD lines to move up to it. And as you can see, we're now basically back in sync. The white moving average is just below the long-term moving average, and our white MACD oscillator line is just below the zero line. But we basically had a drop, a consolidation, a drop, a short consolidation, another drop, another consolidation, another drop, and finally we got a legitimate bullish move. And it kind of looked like the MACD, the big MACD, was out of sync, but it wasn't entirely. It's just that these moves were pretty minuscule compared to what was actually going on. So on a day like this, if you suspect that your longer-term indicators are not completely accurate and reliable, you can always fall back to the moving averages themselves. They always tend to tell you the truth. I also like the shorter-term MACD and the stochastic, but the moving averages, I'm telling you, they are the real key to it all. All right, so 12 and 0, $1,837.50. See you next time.